Hi there, sacred sovereign soul. Welcome to Tarot Live Tuesday here on TikTok. Gonna give a few minutes to see who joins in live. If you are catching the replay on YouTube, welcome. If you are new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Let's begin by dropping in with 3 cleansing breaths. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Second one. And third one. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's clear the energy field of mind, heart, body, energy. Clearing the lines of communication between me and you. And opening now sacred circle into which I step into, free of ego, thought, and emotion, to be a clear channel for these messages coming through for your highest and best good always. If these messages have found you, then this is the perfect time for you to receive these messages. So, as I'm recording this, welcome K3, welcome Leela, welcome Nayan. As I'm recording these messages, we are a few days away from solstice. And the energies have been thick, okay? Technology interference has been off the charts. Off the charts, people, okay? So really give yourself grace. Charts, people, okay? So really give yourself grace. Some extra patience, give others extra patience as well, breathe and see where people are striving to make efforts versus not. It's very obvious when someone is putting in the effort and attempting to communicate and work on things versus when they're not, right? And so as we're preparing for this solstice energy, Page of Pentacles jumped out. As we're preparing for this solstice energy, the invitation is to really ground into the body right now. The invitation, welcome Virginia, is to put your feet on the ground, put your feet in the water, okay? Welcome Essence, welcome Tonya. There is also a need for eating clean and simple right now, okay? Bringing greater balance into everyday life. Number 14 is the first card. Clean, simple eating, really following your soul bliss right now, okay? If you're in the northern hemisphere, we're going into summer solstice. Summer everything is in bloom. It's warm. The days are long. There's so many activities going on, lots of concerts and festivals and gatherings, so there's a lot of feeling of joy in the air, right? And sometimes that could potentially feel overwhelming, right? I just got a little bit of a wave of an overwhelming energy. Why? Why is there an overwhelming energy? Is it because you have some FOMO, fear of missing out? Welcome Danielle, welcome Jab, welcome Gloria. Or is it because you don't know if you can afford everything, right? Okay, that could be a real thing, right? So recognize that overwhelm is just an opportunity for you to receive greater and more, right? And you get to choose what you receive, right? So allow yourself to be overwhelmed in a good way. Allow yourself to be saturated in a good way, right? Allow yourself to be blissed out in a good way, right? That's the energy that I'm picking up on, because sometimes we think of overwhelm as anxiety and stress and pressure, right? But what if overwhelm was a good thing? Right? What if there's an abundance of good food, an abundance of connections, an abundance of opportunities? Like, wow, there's so many activities to do and I get to choose rather than not having enough options, right? So thank you, Zymo. Thank you, Breaking Things. And the third is the Empress, right? Allowing yourself to receive more of your soul fire, right? When we come into the solstice energy, it is the longest day of the year, okay? Everyone feels alive and thriving and on point, right? Like you all see, I'm wearing my Be Happy shirt today, okay? This is the vibe right now. It's like we're just buzzing around, being ourselves, being in the busyness of life, making sure to take time and stop and smell the flowers. I've been really enjoying driving around and looking at all the beautiful blooms in the garden, harvesting bouquets for the home and the temple, right? So we have the Temperance, the Ten of Cups, and the Empress, okay? These are all energies about grounding in your happiness, grounding in your bliss, grounding in your joy, allowing yourself to experience more pleasure, even and especially in the mundane, in the daily to-dos of everyday life, right? Instead of like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. Oh my gosh, I get to do this. I don't want to, but I get to. I get to, have a fabulous closet full of clothes. I get to have a fridge full of food. And, have all these options to create, right? Like the seven of swords just popped out, right? So there's a little bit of chatter going on in the subconscious of like, you need to be saving money, or, you need to, be working instead of playing around so much. It's the summertime, right? The kids are out of school. Everyone's going on vacation right now. Everybody's spending time with their families, right? So yes, do the work that you need to do, but this is about balancing need and necessity, right? Like, what do you need and what is necessary, right? And sometimes you need to play. Sometimes you need to step away from the daily life and take 10 minutes and just put your feet up. Hi, thanks for saying hi, previous. Welcome, Nikki. Welcome, Cecilina. Welcome, Nilo. Welcome, everyone. Let's get some other messages here. The Chariot movement, okay? There is movement towards this next phase of your life, towards expansion, towards growth, right? Towards more, right? Because life only ever continues to move forward. We continue to increase in our wealth. We increase our sense of awareness. And as we increase our sense of awareness, as we increase our value, right? We increase our inherent worth, right? We are already inherently worthy, yet the more love you put into yourself, the more valuable you become. The more awesome you are to hang around with, right? The more soulful you are, the more deep you are, right? And so you're being asked to look at where you might still, Three of Cups is coming up, where you're still potentially not allowing yourself to connect with your family and friends and the people that you want to enjoy life with, because you're still thinking about that old version of you, right? A channeled message that was coming through earlier this week is make sure that you're cutting the cords of attachment to that old previous version of you, right? Like if you had a fundamental fear, but you've already worked on it, stop saying, I have this fundamental fear. If you've experienced anxiety that's been very crippling, but now you have a healthy relationship with anxiety, right? And you're able to recognize it and regulate yourself, then stop saying I have anxiety, because you don't have anxiety anymore, right? Now you have a healthy relationship with anxiety. So there's a big message that's been coming through over the last few days of be very mindful of your language, of what you are attached to, the stories that you're attached to, the personas, the masks, the ways that we show up in the world that no longer serve you, right? Like that identity, that attachment to that identity. And it's not even the identity, right? It's the attachment. Like you've already let go of the identity, but there's still an attachment to that identity, right? And so recognize that there's that attachment there that could potentially be released. And yeah, Page of Materials. Again, grounding, like big grounding energy is coming up this week. Okay, drink lots of water. It's getting warmer out. Get some coconut water, get some watermelon. We just cut up our first watermelon of the season. We just went to the super farmer's market and got a whole bunch of veggies and fruit, right? 21, world card, last card of the channeled messages. Okay, what is that saying to me? A big chapter is closing for so many of us. A big chapter is closing for so many of us, right? And instead of asking the question of what does he, she, they want, ask yourself, am I getting my needs, my boundaries, my desires met in relation to XYZ? How do I feel in connection to this person? How do I feel in relation to this business? How do I feel in relation to this passion project, right? And right now is a time to look into those I statements and the relation of I to our outer world, because then that is how we're going to attract more of what we desire, right? But as long as you're projecting like, oh, they make me happy, they, he, she, we're not taking responsibility for our own happiness, right? And with the messages that are coming through, this is the invitation, right? This is the collective push of energy that's happening right now, okay? Either you're feeling like that flow of being in alignment, right? Being in alignment, even if that alignment feels like slow moving right now, that's okay, right? We're all in ebbs and flows of life. Or you're in resistance, and then that anxiety, the stress, those old stories, they're louder and louder and louder because you're dipping into that lower and lower frequency, right? So shift your frequency with gratitude for where you are, gratitude for what you have in your current life, gratitude for what you are headed, and really start thinking about, for the next 6 months, because solar and equinoxes are solstices are 6-month cycles, right? We have that equinox right there in between the solstices. This is a 6-month cycle of what am I investing? What kind of investment am I making to bring more joy into my everyday life? That is the big question that's coming up with the solstice energy. We had a huge solar flare yesterday. Lots of our technology was crapping out. I have not been able to get on my computer properly in over a week. I'm doing the best I can, right? So I have all this work that's piling up, and it's like, okay, it's not working, right? So instead of stressing about the computer, I'm just going to go sit outside and read a book. You see what I'm saying? You get to choose when the energy arises, how you choose to engage with it. And the more conscious you are and choosing to engage with that energy from a peaceful place of acceptance, like, okay, I'm just accepting that this is out of my control. So what can I do? What is in my control? You're continuing to come into greater and deeper alignment with your soul truth, with what brings you peace and ease and joy. All right, so let's close this channeled message with pick a card for the solstice energy or welcoming the solstice energy. So I'm going to pick 3 options from the earth magic, and you can pick 1, 2, 3, or all of the messages. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. So in preparation for the receiving of these yummy bliss codes through the solstice, let's get 3 cards for the collective. What do they need to know in support and service? 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so pile option 1, you have the Milky Way perspective. Okay, can you see beyond yourself right now? Can you see the bigger picture? Can you see that there is more that is yet to be discovered within yourself, within the relationships that you have? Can you shift your perspective to this is all I am worthy, to I have yet to discover the infinitudes that exist within me? Because all that exists, all that you seek exists within you, but you have to be able to see that you are infinite. There's infinite possibility within you. And if there is infinite possibility within you, then there is infinite possibility within another. And thus there is infinite possibilities of the kinds of relationships that we can have with another being, right? So you need to shift your perspective. And again, that ties into breaking the attachment to the old story of the old person that you used to be. Oh, well, I used to show up to work this way. I used to parent this way. I used to be this kind of boyfriend, this kind of girlfriend. Okay, well, that's cool. But that was 10 years ago. It's time to level up. It's time to level up. Milky Way, like you are the center of the universe. You are the beacon of light. You are the sign. You are the confirmation. You are the permission. You are all of it. You are your own destruction as well, right? So you get to choose right now to shift your perspective and see beyond what is existing in front of you and allow yourself to be surprised and delighted by the sacred mystery. Allow yourself to be led by life. Allow yourself to step back into that place of curiosity and wonder and discovery and see things through that perspective and fresh eyes of innocence and wonder and play, right? The second card for group 2 is we have fairies, earth magic, okay? You are definitely being invited to go out and play in nature, okay? It is very important for you to connect with trees at the time, bring some flowers into your home, okay? You can walk around the neighborhood and harvest the flowers that are low on the ground. When I go walk around and I pick from my neighbors, I just cut the ones that are falling on the ground, and rescue those flowers and bring them home. So, I'm not interrupting their big bush. And, it's respectful, right? We want to respect that somebody else has put all this time and energy and water and care and nutrition into their beautiful flowers, right? And sometimes I'll ask, right? If it's on the shed, I'll be like, can I have a lily? Because I love white lilies. Oh my gosh. White lilies. Okay. So earth magic. Okay. You're being asked to tap into the playfulness of nature. Okay, you're being asked to go and connect with the water body, okay? And if you are connected with spirits, right, with the fairy world, right, they want to hang out with you. They want to play with you. So can you have a little tea party, right? Can you just go and walk around in your garden or visit a nature spot and just start singing to the trees, singing to the rocks? Now time is now to go like harvesting herbs and mushrooms and all kinds of fun things, right? Also, I'm hearing an invitation to create an altar. an earth altar, an elemental altar. If you're curious about how to create an altar, I have a free Altar 101 PDF on my online market that you're welcome to download. And it includes a temple altar grid, which is a little printout that you can just print it out and cut it out, and it's an altar, right? I have infused it with those energies. And so, and it's free, right? So you can print that out and then bring offerings. Like fairies love sweet, shiny things, right? Berries and cute little treats and trinkets and little love notes and things like that, right? Maybe you can make a little fairy garden, right? Like you're invited right now. It's so important. Your soul is asking you to please come and play with the nature spirits. Isn't that beautiful? That's for you, group 2. And now, group 3, thank you for all the hearts and comments and love. I appreciate you. I'm not looking at messages just yet, so thank you for being patient. Group 3, Gaia, nurturing, okay? You need a big, big hug right now, okay? What's really going to hold you, support you, is just literally just laying on the ground. Lay on the ground. Let the earth hold you. Lay on the ground on your belly and your cheek on the dirt, on the ground. You can do it on the concrete in the floor of your house. You could do it outside on the grass, right? Like you really just need to be held and embraced by the Mother Earth right now, okay? I'm also hearing like it's really important for you to perhaps do a fast, a purge, cleanse your body, you know, really come back into nurturing yourself, because your body is feeling a little love deprived, okay? Your heart's feeling a little love deprived. Your soul is feeling like the absence of you right now, and so you're being asked to come back into that nurturing spirit for yourself. And you know, all these messages, especially the last 2, are further affirming the collective energy that I've been feeling of grounding in and taking care of the physical body at this time, right? Which makes sense, right? We got a lot of solar energy going on, and we can get, you know, a little forgetful being out there and, you know, having all the fun drinks. But water, you got to drink water too, okay? Not just teas and yummy fruit juices and smoothies and sodas, right? We got to hydrate. So nurturing, okay, group 3, please nurture yourselves at this time. You may need extra sleep. You may need to soak yourself in some water. You know, there's hot springs, there's waterfalls, there's river bodies, right? There's so many beautiful options. There's a swimming pool. A lot of the community swimming pools are open, you know, if you're comfortable with that. So nurturing is really important for you, group 3, all right? So are those all the messages for the collective at this time? Beautiful. Okay, so that is the collective energy check-in for this week, for preparing for the solstice energy and how you can best care for yourself at this time. And yeah, thank you again so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you for your likes, your comments, your hearts, your shares, your donations. Deeply appreciated and received. I got lots of wonderful events coming up at the Soul Salon this week. Wednesday we have shamanic drumming and chanting circle instead of Thursday this week, because I have some plans Thursday evening. Thursday early evening I am doing a guided meditation book reading, 3-year anniversary celebration for my very first book of poetry, I Am, that came out 3 years ago. And on Friday I'm speaking at a summit that's actually started today. It's an online summit. It's free, and I am the guest speaker on Friday. And then Friday evening I'm hosting a solstice ceremony here at the Soul Salon Temple. So follow me on Facebook, Drasmin Integrative Alchemy. I also have a Signal group where you can join me, and I send out updates there if you're in the Eugene area. And if you're not, join me there anyway, because I also do lots of online events, right? And there will be some hybrid events coming up soon. So thank you all for being here. If you're here and would like a personal reading, stay tuned, be patient. Let me seal this video and I'll pull some cards for the personal readings, okay? Everyone else, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for joining me. Deep gratitude for your presence. Remember, take care of your beautiful selves this week. Nourish, extra nourish, extra nourish. Nurture, nurture, nurture. Hydrate, 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 hydrate. Breathe. Breathe. And breathe some more. And remember, you are love, here to love and to be loved. Bye for now.